Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Imagine having almost no chance of being chosen. To purchase a home under the Hong Kong government's home ownership scheme, a partially subsidized home purchase scheme, is literally a lottery. And, in Madame Little Lamb's case, it was the lottery of a lifetime. Let me explain. Imagine a lottery with two different types of ticket, a green one and a white one, and a lottery that makes it harder for the holder of a white ticket to win due to a higher number of oversubscription in the white than the green group, though with equal amounts of purchasable flats allocated. That's because if you had a green ticket, you were exchanging a public housing property you already had for a better one. But if you had a white ticket, you had nothing to give. You just needed a home, and any low-income family group could apply. But winning the lottery was exactly what Madame Little Lamb, with her white ticket, managed to do in the 1980s. This wasn't luck, it was something far greater. On this channel, we share real-life Christian testimonies, stories of hardship, survival, faith, and the quiet ways God works through ordinary lives. Madame Little Lamb's journey is one shaped by struggle, resilience, and moments where the impossible slowly became possible.
After spending years living in a rural area, I knew something had to change. As I mentioned in episode 7, life there was filled with inconvenience and hidden dangers. Finding a snake in my bed left a deep fear in me. It wasn't just discomfort anymore. It became a strong reason to leave. We needed a safer place and a more stable environment in a less rural town area to live in. But wanting something and achieving it were very different. My family had been living in a ramshackle and very basic rural country farmhouse for years. This made us ineligible to apply for fully subsidized public housing in town areas. And, given the poverty we experienced at the time, there was no way we could afford buying any flat except to go through the white form route mentioned above. To double our chances, my family was divided into two groups to submit 2 applications, led by my younger sister and me respectively, because we were the only 2 major breadwinners at the time. Each application was given a unique long number, ended from 00 to 99. Mine ended 07, and that number, 07, needed to be one of the first few numbers drawn for my family to be successful in the matter. These numbers drawn were to decide who'd have priorities of purchase and choosing property over the remaining majority. This would land me to be among the first few priority groups, whereby I could choose to buy one of those flats, which was of cheaper and more affordable costs for my family. There were approximately 4,000 flats on sale, and 10,000 plus and 20,000 plus applications were found in the green ticket applicants and white ticket applicants respectively, yet with the same and equal 2,000 properties being allocated to each of the 2 groups. But guess what was the first number drawn for white ticket applicants? 07. I knew this was not simply chance. God had made a way. But even after being selected, the challenges remained. The flat, though partially subsidized, still cost around 200,000 Hong Kong dollars, these being the cheapest or cheaper options available for sale in the new territories than those located in Hong Kong Island and Kowloon areas. The first challenge was to pay a down payment of 10%, 20,000 Hong Kong dollars, which we were able to collect all little savings from each adult individuals of my family we could find. The second task was to find more monies such as 30,000 plus Hong Kong dollars to cover legal fees involved, to carry out minimum internal decorations and purchases of basic but essential furniture and household items for the flat. I managed to pay for this by getting some personal/credit card loans from a couple of banks. The third and ongoing challenge rested with the required monthly mortgage payments of 3,000 plus Hong Kong dollars, which my family aimed to complete sooner rather than later in 5 years due to subsequent and possible financial commitments elsewhere if my younger sister and I were to get married and may therefore need to set up and support our nuclear families. However, I just couldn't afford the said monthly mortgage payment of 3,000 plus Hong Kong dollars single-handedly because I was about to start my first job after college, earning 4,000 Hong Kong dollars a month. Fortunately, with support from my younger sister, who earned 3,000 Hong Kong dollars a month at the time, we just about managed, though, via a very tight budget. Every item of expenditure had to be carefully planned. There were no luxuries, and even on essentials we had sometimes to scrape by. But we managed, and as no other member of my family was able to contribute any significant amount for rent, food, household bills or anything else, it was down to my younger sister and me to support them, mainly me. When we finally settled into the flat, in an urban area in the New Territories, life was still far from easy. There were 11 people living in that small two-bed flat, a gross area of 600 square feet approximately. Our family of 9, namely my parents, their 3 grandchildren, me, my 2 younger sisters, and 1 younger brother. Plus a close friend's 2 children who urgently needed a place to stay. It was crowded, noisy, and there was almost no privacy. But something had changed. For the first time, we felt a sense of security. No more were there dark country paths to walk through at night. No more was there constant fear or annoyance of what might be waiting nearby, such as snakes and a vast amount of mosquitoes. It wasn't comfort, but it was peace. Looking back, I understand that God didn't remove all our struggles at once. Instead, He opened a door. And through that door, our lives began to change and improve gradually. Today's Bible verse is Genesis 22, verses 13 to 14. Abraham looked up, and there in a thicket, he saw a ram caught by its horns. He went over and took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. So Abraham called that place, "The Lord will provide." And to this day it is said, "On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided."
Sometimes the miracle is not in ease, but in access. Madame Little Lamb's family was not the most qualified, not the most likable, and not the most prepared. Yet they were chosen, not by any individual's efforts, but by God's grace, totally. When life says the odds are against you, faith reminds us that the outcome is not decided by numbers or probabilities at all, but by God and Himself only. Sometimes, being chosen is itself the miracle.